Hi there, Maga here. We are going to be talking about highlighting and contouring the easy way. Now, if you really think about it, foundation is meant to even out our skin tone, right? So if you have any kind of like redness, dark circles under your eyes, acne, dark aging spots, anything like that, we use foundation to even it out, right? That's great. Like that's what we want, right? So, but what happens is that it takes away the shape of our face. It takes away any shadows, any highlighting. It takes all those things away because it gives us literally a clean slate. So we end up looking very flat. So highlighting and contouring actually helps bring shape back to our faces. So I'm going to be using two different products to do this. I'm going to be using a stick foundation. It's actually a cream foundation and it works amazingly to highlight. And then I'm going to be showing you how to use bronzer to do a very, very easy contour. All right, so let's start with highlighting. Highlighting is pretty simple if you really, if you think about it. Like, so the highlights are going to go mostly in the center of your face and wherever the sun hits us. All right, so the key thing is I'm using Scarlet. This is the lightest of our foundation shades. And if you need a color match, just like message me or comment below and I'll make sure I pick the right shade for you. Okay, so what we're gonna do is start up here. We're gonna do a little bit of highlighting right in between our eyes. So see how my foundation shade is pretty light, but you can see a difference with how much lighter it is. All right, so that's the first step, right between your brows and kind of going up a little bit. Okay, we want to brighten up the area between our brows. The other spot is going to be right in the middle of our nose. That's going to sort of bring in our nose and just sort of define it and make it thinner and longer looking. Depending on what look you want to go with your nose and what kind of nose you have, it could change, but this is going to be like a basic contour. Then we're going to add a little bit to our chin, and then the main part is going to be right above our cheeks under our eyes. That's the main area that you want to highlight. Okay, so we applied the highlight areas. Now what you want to do is get a blending bud, or you can use a brush, that's okay too. But if you use a blending bud, you need to make sure that you get it a little damp. So I'm using setting spray because setting spray is meant to sort of make the makeup stay on longer. So if you're kind of doubling up by doing your highlight and blending out your highlight with setting spray on your blending bud. Okay, so all you really do is very lightly tap it, and after a few taps, you're gonna notice that it all blended away. See how you can't really see where I applied it, but it's there, okay? And then I'm gonna go in the middle of my nose. Can you tell how like now this area is more forward? That's kind of the idea. We want to bring forward certain things and we want to tuck away other things. Okay, so you start in the bottom here and kind of work your way up. Again, I'm just tapping and then work your way up to underneath your eye. And make sure you draw it in a V and not right under your eye. This is meant to sort of highlight under your eye. It's meant to take away and hide any dark circles under your eyes. So you definitely want to bring it down, because otherwise all you're doing is highlighting the wrinkles or the bags that are underneath your eyes. We don't want that. We want the whole part of the face to go forward and to stand out. Look at that. How easy was that? Now we're gonna do right here. I'm just blending out the middle here, and then I'm just tapping it a couple of times up top and blending it up. That's it for the highlight part. Isn't that simple? You can do it. Anybody can do it. Okay, so that's for highlighting. Now, we're gonna do the opposite sections with our bronzer. You can actually use a dark stick foundation for this part. You can use a dark pressed powder for this part, but I'm gonna show you using bronzer simply because that way it's like the easiest way of contouring is with bronzer. So I'm using our blusher brush and I'm going to just sort of tap onto my bronzer. See how I got a little bit there? You want to find where your cheekbone is. Mine's right here. I can feel it. So right underneath it, there should be a natural shadow. And if you kind of can't figure it out, it's going to be around like this hairline right here and go towards your mouth. It's always going to be around there. So all I'm going to do is really lightly brush on the bronzer. Now, you can go a little bit lighter. I personally like a darker bronzer, but look at that. See how I gave the effect that my cheek goes in more? That's the whole idea with contouring. Okay? See that? See the difference? How this is all flat, you can't really see anything, and then on this side, it makes it appear like it goes in. That's what contour and highlighting is all about. Make sure you're applying it evenly to both sides. And you don't want to go too low on your jawline, and you don't want to go too high. So make sure you're right underneath that cheekbone. Okay? It's going to blend it out a little bit more. You don't want to have a straight line there. Okay? Then we can add a little bit right here to the sides of our forehead. That's kind of going to bring in our forehead and show off that center part that we highlighted. Okay? If you have a larger forehead that you're trying to hide, you can definitely do a lot of contouring here at the top. Okay? And that'll bring forward your forehead. Okay? And then one area as well that we're going to do is our nose. So remember how we added that highlight here? We're going to add a little bit of shading right on the sides. This is going to help define our nose. Do not use a lot on your nose. You can really get out of hand quickly, but okay, so just here on the sides of the nose, it's going to help thin out my nose. Then I'm going to add a little bit here, and that's it. Can you tell the difference? Can you tell that it just broadened my nose a little bit right here? That's it. That's all you need. You just need two products. You need something for highlighting and another thing for contouring. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. This one is a major one for so many women. A lot of women are scared to highlight and contour, but just keep it simple. Don't get too scared. Practice, practice, practice. And I promise you, you're gonna love the way your makeup looks. All right, until next time, bye.